Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Whether you're here now, watching the stream back or watching the video that should be up tomorrow on Saturday, welcome back to Le Mans Ultimate My Drive Season 3. We're on Season 3 already, what a wild ride it has been. For those of you who are new, haven't caught the prologue or any previous videos, then do hit that subscribe button down below and like this video because all the support is appreciated. My Drive is my homemade career mode here on Le Mans Ultimate, the official game of the World Endurance Championship. Doesn't have a career mode yet and probably won't get one till next year. So I basically do single player races, put them together into a little championship. We are back with Season 3 today. We are in the Cadillac number 3. I think I probably won't put qualifying in the video that goes up on YouTube, so if you do want to see qualifying, let me know down below, and I'll include that from next week on, in the video that is. Sebastian when we put it on pole, so he actually gets 3 points, thanks to our new point system, and 3 points for pole. Antonio Fuoco starts on the second row with him, and Bennett in the Isotta Fraschini in third position. Interesting, they did really well at the end of Season 2, so perhaps they're carrying that momentum into Season 3. Before we get into the race, obviously I've said subscribe, all that good stuff. A few changes for this season. Even if you've watched Prologue, there have been some changes since Prologue. So if you've not caught the Prologue, it's not all that important because I'll explain the changes now. So I actually did some Googling on how to get the best out of the AI drivers. And basically everything I was going to do was wrong. So we have now unlimited tyres, as opposed to having limited tyre sets, just because they're a bit stupid with how to deal with limited tyre sets. Before each race, the AI get to do some practice. I've got to put a practice session on so they can get used to strategy, where to overtake traffic, stuff like that. And then we have a qualifying session, which, although we had in the prologue I mentioned qualifying session, the qualifying session I've just done has been a private session. So we actually get the full pace of the cars rather than traffic influence pace. And that has been a 12-minute session that I did, kind of to replicate hyperpole that we see in the real world WEC. In terms of pit stops, the advice that I've seen is that we basically do a double stint and then change all 4 tyres. The way that I think the AI race is that they do a double stint on their first stint and then change each tyre as they need to when it gets below a certain percentage. But with us double stinting and then changing all 4 tyres, it should mean that by the end of the race we're all kind of consistent. What else? Fuel. The last stop will put 10% extra in than what we would do otherwise, because they're very cautious on their fuel as well. So a few changes. Obviously, biggest change from Season 2 is webcam, and I've actually sorted out my microphone, so it's next to me. Fingers crossed it doesn't have any sound issues. When I was doing commentary last season, there were a few sound issues that I would have where it would just basically spike and go all crackly. I think that was to do with USB ports and it being plugged into a USB extender rather than into the USB itself. So hopefully that's fixed. I will keep an eye on it on OBS to try and make sure that it's not spiking, but if it does spike, I do apologise. Hopefully it sounds good, or sounds a bit clearer than it would do on my headset microphone. I will say my rig is quite noisy, so you will hear lots of upshifts, downshifts, and just general squeakiness from my rig. So I do apologise if that's annoying. I'm sorry. Please do let me know down below. I'll see what I can do about it in the future. But I think with all that said and done, we are ready for our first race. Let's go and check that we've got good tyres on and that we actually have enough fuel in the car. Like I say, we qualified 6th, ahead of a gaggle of 3 Porsches there. Mostly the Porsche down 17th. So let's get ready to rumble, as they say, and get underway with Season 3. We've got the Isotta Foschini off to our right hand side there. Our old teammate in the Lamborghini of Bortoletti in 4th position. We are side by side with Pierre Guidi in the Ferrari, and then we have the Toyota number 8 of Sebastian Bremley leading us away with Antonio Fuoco in the other Ferrari next to him. We should be in store for a very exciting race. This track is actually quite technically difficult, especially some of the chicanes and passing. You know, traffic's always a big thing in these races, and I think traffic around this very short track will be really difficult to manage. But we now come towards the start-finish line. 60 miles an hour. Feels like an eternity.
Green flag.
And we are away for round 1 of season 3. Got actually a very good run there. In the slipstream of Bortoletti, we're ahead of the Isotta Foschini. Going to take it nice and easy into turn 1. Watching out for the radar. Just squeezing Bennett there out there, understeer in the middle of the corner. Buemi has been gotten off the start by Fuoco, so great start by the Ferrari. We're going to go around the outside of our old teammate. Can we make it stick? Just about into turn 4. We get the move done, and we're up into 3rd place, so lightning start from us. Normally we actually have quite poor starts, but that was very decent indeed. And hopefully we can pull away from the Lamborghini behind and focus on the 2 up ahead of us. Big lock up there we had on the front left hand side. We just want to take it nice and easy in this opening stage. This corner here in particular, the long right hander, very difficult, and then like that we just run a little bit wide. Gives us a terrible exit, and the Lamborghini's going to be on us now. Is he going to make a move down into the final corner? No, not quite. We just hold him off. We do also have some time manipulation in this game. Time scaling, that's what not time manipulation. So it'll be, you know, we're in the middle of the day now. So I'm in a bit deep into turn 1 again. I need to sort that braking zone out. So yeah, it's about 2 o'clock in the day now, and we should hopefully end up in night if I've done my calculations right. Seem to be really struggling on the brakes at the moment with this heavy fuel, big slide. Just about catch it. We've got a bit of damage there on our rear. Enough to repair, no? Lamborghini did a big lift there. It really put us off. Got Bennett trying to make the move. We're really struggling at this stage of the race. Look, corner cut there, unfortunately. try and extend by about 3 laps on this stint. We have our new fuel management menu from the recent update, which allows us to show, you know, if we want to go 2 laps extra, how much fuel we have to use each lap. If we want to go 3 laps extra, and how feasible each of those strategies are. I did do some practice on this yesterday and I feel a lot less comfortable today than I did yesterday. Maybe hotter conditions on the track not quite suit us as well. Did up the AI difficulty slightly. That's probably not helping either. But we do have a long way to go in this race. This is the longest race we do in the season. We've got Le Mans also at the end of the season. These extended races are supposed to be a bit more of an enduro style race. Very tail happy there, and the Ferrari's going to be looking for a move down to turn 4. Very difficult over the bumps, and the leaders are now just about to start lapping traffic, so we're, what, 6 laps in and we're already lapping traffic. Can't speak there, lapping traffic? We have Le Mans this weekend too, which is very exciting. Caddy doing us a solid and getting on pole position. Both Hertz Team Jota in first and second. But I'm going to shut up about that for a second. We have traffic to get through. Oh, that was cheeky. I didn't really get left a lot of room there. Full GT3 field now as well, with the Lamborghini and the Lexus being added. And just today it was announced that Le Mans Ultimate will be coming out in a full 1.0 release. Obviously at the moment it's in early access. So we try and scoot our way around the new Lexus. Oh, quite good sounding Lexus. And we have the Aston Martin hypercar counterpart of the Valkyrie coming on the 22nd as well as the Mercedes GT3 car. Here's the Lamb bow up ahead of us. Just, losing a lot of time there. You hit the GT cars in that middle sector and you just lose so much time. But yes, 22nd full release of Le Mans Ultimate, as well as the Aston Martin Valkyrie, which I'm super excited about. that'll be a fun car to drive. Oh, we've got a brilliant launch on the Lamborghini here. He got really held up there behind the GT3s, and we are up into, what's that, 4th place? Ford, let me through. Thank you. Oh, we've got the other Proton Ford Mustang up ahead. And yeah, they announced as well today the European Le Mans series will be coming as a DLC. Oh, another corner cut there. There we go. It goes green. Will be coming as a DLC, so we'll be getting LMP3 cars, which doesn't overly excite me. But we are going to be getting 3 tracks, with that being Circuit de Catalunya, Silverstone and Paul Ricard. So hopefully, I would imagine, can't see why not, why you wouldn't be able to drive the hypercars around there, which will be very fun. I wish WEC would go back to Silverstone, because they went there a few years ago in the LMP1 days, and it was a cracking, well, Silverstone is, in my opinion, one of the best tracks in the world, but is that British bias probably. So it'd be good to see them go back there. And then the final part of their announcement was that in the first quarter of next year, they will be releasing a career mode. So we're actually finally going to get a dedicated career mode, which looks, they've shown a few screenshots, looks pretty, well, it's hard to say off the 2 screenshots, but there's like team boss things that you can do, which will be really good. I hope you get customizability of the calendar and stuff. That would be cool. But until then, my drive will have to suffice for us. We are doing a good job here in this first stint with lift and coasting. We've got about 4% over the cars ahead, while keeping up the pace, which is good. 35% as we cross the line battery-wise. About lap 24 will be pit stops, perhaps about lap 22 for the AI. You can see our fuel calculator in the bottom left is showing us, basically, if we go down to this, if we don't have a target lap time, the one that we want to extend by, what our fuel usage is, and then if we up it to 1 lap, it will show us what target is that we need to hit, and what our best lap for fuel is, and what our average is. Then when we take it up to 2 laps, it will have the little warning arrow there to say that it's difficult and that we're not achieving it at the moment. So I'm going to have to pause. So we've got... need to blow my nose. It's a very hot and pollen-filled day today, so I have to do that a little bit. I am sweating. Just ran wide there. Oh, we got a huge track limits there. Didn't even really cut the track, which is the annoying bit. But we now have the Lamborghini and Ferrari right behind us. Lost about 5 seconds to the car ahead. But we are playing the strategy game as we have done so well in the past seasons. Oh yeah, that's a lot of fuel. I got saved to do 3 laps. Five percent now on the cars ahead. Even more than that. Slow down for turn 1. Oh, got a terrible run there. Lamborghini is going to be all over us down into turn 4. We've got traffic just where we don't want it. Try and put 2 cars between us and the Lambo. Back end, second out there. Waits for the cars ahead, 107 for us, so we are substantially quicker in the traffic so far. Oh, that was a brave move to go for that. We're gaining on Bennett ahead. We do have some cars in some awkward positions here to overtake. Oh, getting held up here is just hemorrhage time to the car ahead, and then get blocked there as well. The gap that was 2 seconds, now 3.5. And what we're going to end up with in this race is a stage where basically we're never out of traffic.
That time was a 1:08.01.
So bumpy over this chicane. Car gets really unsettled, but we're doing really well on our fuel usage. So that's 6%, 5% to the cars ahead. Which on our current usage is about an extra lap. Maybe 2 laps if we're lucky.
That time was a 1:07.57.
Did a huge lift there. Probably cost the Proton lots of time there, so we get happy on the tail. But yeah, Guidi has got past Bortoletti. Goes up into 5th now. It's Ferrari 1-5. You can feel the sun setting. Slowly getting darker and darker here. What's the time now? At 3:45. Went very deep into that final corner. We've got just one GT3 car ahead of us. The top 2 are really quite close. So I think I've now gone out of being able to do 3 more laps than what we predicted. Yep. Big bit of oversteer there. Tyres at 90%.
That time was a 1:06.91.
Maybe not this lap, but next lap. Top 3 might be into the pits. Oh, we've spun it. How have we done that? That was such a lazy spin. Caught me so unawares. What the hell happened there? Just such a lazy spin, like I say. That's cost us quite a bit of time. We've got fallen down to 7th position behind the Ferrari, Lamborghini and Porsche. We've got the Ferrari into the pit. In fact, is that both Ferraris?
Time 1:30.00.
We've got vibration on our tyres now. Kevin Estre a bit wild over the bumps. We've got GT3s in the pits as well. Right, everyone else will peel off into the pits, and we've got 2 more laps just about. Van der Linde in the BMWs follows through. BMW. Looks like it's good on its fuel as well. I don't know what to do about the tyres. They do feel quite a little bit vibration-y.
Lap 106.30.
Be pitting at the end of this lap. So cautious into turn one. Looks like Faruko has taken the effective race lead from Guami. They're still very close together. We're going to try and double stint these tyres, I think. They're not too bad in terms of vibration. Nico Muller has actually followed us in with... Oh, we did quite a big lock up there.
10.46.
Do I change tyres or not change tyres? Oh, awkward pit in. And that is our first stint done and dusted. Let's save progress. Oh, our fuel has actually gone from there. Interesting. Wonder if that's a bug. Let's just try and do what I said I was going to do. We'll do a double stint on the set tyres, change them all next time. I mean, a decent first stint, not the best. I spilled water everywhere. We have kind of fallen away from the two leaders slightly. Hopefully with some good pit stops we can get that back. Fuego takes the lead. We are then sent out. I've got Bennett. So has he been caught up in traffic or has he changed his tyres? Get held up here behind the Lexus. Can we try and follow him through? We get a good run in the slipstream. Gonna back out of it, making good defensive into the last corner. We went slightly wide, so we didn't get a very good run.
Lap 2, 13.26.
Dr. Fraschini held up again behind the Ford. Got a really good run in this time again in the slipstream. He's going to go. Look to go around the outside, but he just holds it on the apex there. And tremendous traction from the Dr. Fraschini. That's where the lights coming on the circuit now, so it starts to get a bit darker. First half an hour down, 2 hours left to go.
Lap 106.95.
About 14 seconds off the lead. That's not... I think sure it was big before we pitted. So I do think perhaps they took on some sort of former tyres, whether it was left sides only.
Time 107.02.
A little bit more fuel saving to get 3 laps. Deep into turn 1. Things are in a little bit of a lull here as we just kind of get on with our second stint. Le Mans is happening this weekend, I'm sure. If you're watching this, you are going to be watching the Le Mans 24 Hours. We've just... Do I want to have any grip, or do I just want a four-wheel slide everywhere? Oh, I didn't cut the track there, come on. Oh. That's huge, okay. We've got to be really careful. We lost so much time in that and didn't really gain anything. The corner cutting is quite savage around here. Yes, as I was saying, 24 Hours of Le Mans this weekend. Cadillac on pole, Pet Simulator 1-2. Let me know in the comments down below your predictions for the race. Or who you are supporting, or if by the time this video goes out, what your favourite moment of the race was. Bit of a shock with Ferrari not getting 3 cars into the top 10 for hyperpole, and Toyota having a shocker with the number 7 being down in, what is it, 16th, 17th place. Set my car up so that it's so stiff over those bumps. God, it's really gone dark. It's only 4 o'clock. I wonder if it's like winter time for the users.
Lap 106.80.
So yes, I suspect Cadillac will be strong this weekend. I think even though Ferrari have a bit of a poor qualifying, I would expect them to be up there with the pace that they've shown this season. Got another snap over to there. And you can never discount Toyota, even the one that's starting down in 17th. Can't discount how good they are. I'd like to see Porsche do well as well, and Alpine. Alpine obviously had a terrible one last year. Double DNF, just not having the reliability for the longer races. But they've made improvements, they've been good so far this year. 2 podiums back to back. Oh, where did Pierre Guidi come from? I've been chatting on about one, and Pierre Guidi is right in our gearbox. Pierre Guidi's got 16% less energy than us. We get caught there in the worst possible position by the United Autosports McLaren. McLaren also announcing, was this today, that they're going to join in Hypercar with United Autosport, which will be fun to see. Lots of manufacturers come in, lots of new cars come in to Le Mans Ultimate at some point in the future. So we've got the Genesis next year, Ford, I want to say, coming as well. But maybe that's just a rumor, I can't quite remember off the top of my head. I'm maxed out to capacity right now with this heat. Really, I should not be doing this because I'm sweating. But I committed to it. Oh, so much traffic. Who's that ahead of us? Matt Campbell and P19, wow.
910.88.
We really are showing off our energy conservation masterclass here. You know, the storyline we're going with is that Cadillac wanted us for that exact reason. If we remember back to Fuji last season, Cadillac almost stole a win away from Toyota and Ferrari. If only they could have conserved one more lap of fuel, then they would have won the race at Fuji. We see, not just against the air, but against real people. I think there's a video, I don't think I released it as a video, but there is a stream that I did last week, which showed us and our fuel conservation, and how even against online, against real players, it really helped us. I think we jumped from 14th in qualifying to 2nd in the race. At the moment we have almost 15% more than Fuoco in the lead. Can we get a good run on Campbell? He gets good acceleration. He's not obliged to let us through, I don't think. But he gives up that fight pretty easily.
That time was a 1:07.25.
Now Guidi has been joined by Bortoletti. Oh, another one. What's the time? 5 o'clock. It's so dark and it's 5 o'clock. Gaps open up at the front to 20 seconds to us, but Bohemia's right on at Fueco's tail. So bumpy over there. That definitely needs resurfacing. Hope you guys are enjoying the race and the new layout with cameras and whatnot, and also onboard POV. I know quite a few of you were asking for that, as I've just horribly locked up turn 1, and that has let Pierre Guidi through. Basically, these videos are a terrible idea because I shouldn't talk because I just make those mistakes. But hey ho, we're going to do them anyway. What happened there? Huge crash. I've got no idea what actually happened there. I think just like we lost it on power. And huge damage for us. That has thrown a huge spanner in our works. Don't know really what happened there. We're going to have to pit and repair. Just too much strain on the outside tyre maybe, but that is really not ideal for us. Just about getting it slowed down there, I think, hopefully. We'll have to make it a little early stop. But we've got damage on some suspension parts. And into the pits we come. Save progress. Right. Fuel, yeah. Repair, yeah, okay. Not terrible, 25 seconds, but not ideal. Fortunately, fuel's going to be quite short. But yeah, really not what we needed. This is going to drop us down quite far. In fact, we're going to... If we've not already gone a lap down, we're going to go a lap down in a second. we're getting repaired now. Bennett is about to lap us. There goes Big Greedy, Bortoletto, Estra, Campbell, all the people we were fighting. Oh, cold tyres. What a shocking thing to happen. We've got to be super cautious with these tyres till we warm them up. Oh, they're just getting held up everywhere. Now I'm not too sure if I get penalties for holding the blue flags. I don't really want to drop behind them because once my tyres come up to temperature I'll be quicker. He's not exactly close to me, is he? Half a second behind. I'll sort of drop back and go in the place because I'm getting a penalty is really not what I need. Because I would imagine he'd be pitting fairly soon anyway. Who's that, Rasmussen?
That time was a 1:07.8.
Yes, our tyres are so much quicker now. Somehow we didn't touch him there. But this is not what we needed for our race. Pierre Guidi in the pits.
7.06.
Get Greedy's 27 seconds ahead of us. So we've lost a bit of time to him. But thanks to a relatively short stop, I think we might have limited the time that we lost. We should have Rasmussen, I think, pick this lap. About 50%, 58%, 57% as we cross the start finish line on the battery. So behind Lopez, behind Chatham, behind Campbell, which is fine. Taking all pit stops about 50 odd seconds if you take in fuel and tyres. Ours was about 60 odd with the damage and the less fuel. So that's probably about right. BMWs have jumped up quite a bit from their starting position.
Lap 10, 7.10.
Oh no, Vanderlyn did 11th. We're 12th. Sorry, for a second now I thought we were blocking the podium, so I got very confused. Okay, so we're outside of the top 10. We are 12th position. My nose is running again. So about, yeah, that's probably about right. So I think in that stop, the AI took fuel and tyres. Vanderlyn got here on cold tyres, I presume. Right, in the slipstream, we're going to look towards the inside. He's defending, he's pushing us. Just about get it slowed down for turn 1. That's us. Look, us up into 10th place. Boemi in the lead. So about 4 stints left, is it saying? Yeah, 3.8 stints. They're kind of pushing in this stint, trying to make up some lost time. careful on that curb. Yeah, we're just trying to make up some time here. Naturally, our fuel, the way that we drive, our fuel usage will be less. So hopefully we can gain back on that with just our natural driving. And we're about 18% off Blemmy, so in about 2 stints time we should hopefully get that back. Campbell in the pits. That's out of sequence stop. Perhaps that's when we would have been pitting. That's very out of sequence. Puts us up to 9th. We commit to that.
Lap 106.53.
Big look up into turn 1. Another track limits. How's that 0.5? I've been really sloppy here with them. About 20% between us and the car ahead on terms of fuel. We need to be slightly careful on fuel to save a little bit more. I think we're slightly going on Lopez ahead. That was sector 2. 107.9 for the car ahead, 106.2 for us, so we are fine. Obviously Lopez would have been in traffic. We had a relatively clear lap there. Got through that little gaggle cast nicely. .164 for Lopez. Might be a little bit less for us, I think 106.6. 106.6. A little bit of rear lock in there. But best time through the first few corners. See, rear locking is the way to go. Well, for a pretty good lap there. I do feel like lately I've started to click with these hypercars, understanding braking a bit better, especially how to kind of release the brake. Under 10 seconds to Lopez ahead now. There we go. Cool. What are we now down to? 18% to Buemi. I realise I've not really been too talkative, just getting the head down and concentrating. I think we're going to have some lap traffic coming up in a second. As in hypercar lap traffic. Stepping out a little bit there on power. ever so slightly understeering on the front. Try and adjust that slightly. Down to under 8 seconds to Lopez, so we are gaining. McLaren coming over on us there. Let's try and get Campbell. Got a good run out of the chicane. Can't give up the position. Nice, there we go. BMW. Valentino Rossi's BMW still up in first position for the GT3s. Oh, we're cautious into the braking zone there. So we might struggle to do 2 laps extra. Just settle for 1. Oh, come on. That was ridiculous. I didn't gain 1.5 seconds there, did I? That's why I lost 1.5 seconds for lifting off. Going into the pits, maybe not this lap, maybe next lap. Should we try to save? We're almost there. If we save a tiny bit more. Oh, come off it. I really need to start being careful about those warnings. Only 2 points left. It's very tight on fuel. We're going slightly on below me, I think. Was above 40 seconds. Yeah, let's go for another lap. Looks like we can just about squeeze it out. Might just have to do a bit of lift and coasting. Big lifting coast there. 1.3, 1.2. Under 1% energy. Did a big lifting coast into the final corner. Locked our brakes again into the pits, which we want to try and stop doing really, because we've got to double stint these tyres. Going into the pits with just about halfway through. Save. We would not like any tyres, please. Fuel. Yeah, cool. God, it's hot in here. So almost halfway through. Three stints left really. Let me get, if you guys have made it through this far. Can I speak? If you guys have made it this far through the video, let me know if you like these sort of more endurance style videos. Just concentrate here as well. And then Campbell, you go through. Isn't it funny? I was just ahead of him, and now I'm behind him for position. Interesting. Let me just get to a straight and I'll finish that train of thought. Yeah, if you guys like the more endurance style videos or streams, then do let me know down below. I do have a more endurance style stream I'm planning on doing in July, so details about that should be hopefully be coming out soon. Good time to say if you want to follow my Instagram. I've got an Instagram which I will link below, Enduro Josh on Instagram. I'll be putting up content about races, and potentially when we're live, some results, some cool moments, and anything channel related. So go ahead and give that a follow if you please. But yeah, I have a endurance style event coming up in July, which I'll have more details about soon. Potentially in next week's video I can talk about. But yeah, if you do enjoy longer races, then do let me know. You know, that's the whole point of WAC. I've just gone horribly deep there. It's like ice out there. So yeah, even though we're only on round 1 of season 3 of My Drive, I do have ideas for season 4 that involve potentially more endurance style events. So do let me know whether you prefer the shorter form races, longer form races, or if you want me to keep it as a kind of mix of both. Or whether you're altogether a bit tired of My Drive and want some more online content. Don't mind me. Solid.
That time was a 1:07.
Right, Kubica in the pits.
0.
From Stevens. Travelling this far forward. What am I doing? What am I doing? Where is the grip?
That time was a 1:07.77.
Oh, deep into that. And Lopez comes out 2 seconds ahead of us, so we've gained quite a bit there. Shatan less than 4 seconds ahead. So if I actually get my head down and concentrate, we might be able to catch them. Currently in P10, we've got Pierre Guidi behind us.
Lap 1:07.
He was, what, like up in, what, have been fourth? I think that's a lapped Peugeot ahead of Lopez. Deep into that, into turn 4. Yep, Van Dorn in 19th, so he's a lap car. So I think even though we had that little accident and spin into the wall, I think we're still very much in this race.
That time was a 1:07.41.
Up into 9th. There you go, a contest. Oh, it sounds like a set for a joke there. A Codis, is that it? Maybe it's a Codis. The Lexus. We have Matt Campbell up ahead as well in P7, just ahead of the Toyota, and then I think the next car in the distance is the Alpine.
Time 1:07.65.
25 seconds to Buemi, so we made up a little bit of time. I suspect that they might have changed some tyres. Of course, obviously we didn't. We'll change them at the next stop. And it's all getting a bit spicy up here. Toyota gets blocked in by the GT3 Porsche. Make a run around the outside of Van Dorn. doesn't... Oh, again, the Peugeot. Why do the Peugeots hate me? Fighting so hard, like, you're a lap down. That lets Toyota come back past. Oh, here comes Rocco. Hello, Roccacino. Making a little entrance.
That time was a 1:08.03.
AI really good off traction. Oh, this is like a good chance. So it held up behind the Lexus. So effectively it's GT3 entry. Toyota and Lexus owned by the same people. Can we look to the outside of the final corner? They can go defensive. Can we get a switchback? He parks it on the apex. We get poor traction out the final corner. We're going to have the Peugeot right behind us.
Lap 1:07.28.
Can we set up a lunge into turn one? No, just going to stay behind for now. You can stay behind as well, Peugeot. Please let me through Lamborghini. Thank you. Two and a half stints left. So I think what we might have done with our shorter stop to fix the damage is effectively done our splash of the race.
Lap 1:06.83.
So it held up behind Porsche, behind Malikin. We get a better run than we even thought out there. Almost crashed into the back of the Toyota, and we're up into 7th position again. We have lots of traffic to negotiate. And put a few cars between us and Lopez. Car directly ahead of us now is Shatan. Down to about 13% difference between us and the top runners. So I reckon by the end of the race we'll be right on level terms with them. Caught up there behind Pro on Ford, Ben Barker. Obviously, a little bit of rivalry between me and Lopez. See, it was me versus the Toyotas for the Drivers' Championship last season. You place yourself nicely in the mirror, in the view there, Rocco. Thank you. See you later, son. Making his stream appearance as he does. But yes, me and the Toyotas had our championship battle, got very feisty at Circuit of the Americas. Obviously different conditions. That's now in the Cadillac. Toyota's faster at this point in time. We're going to defend a little bit. BMW of Harty is still in first position. In the GT class, although we almost come off there. Let's try and go around our outside. Past the other WRT BMW we go. Toyo gets a great run there. We're going to look for a move, we're going to defend it. Slight lock up there on the front. Don't really want to give this position up too. Right, what we're on? 8.3 laps of fuel, 8.5 energy. Should be good for another 8 laps of fuel. Oh, my nose. Defending from the Toyota, he's putting on a right challenge here. Oh, we seem to have very good battles with the Toyotas. We'll see a lot of last season, and in the bit that we did of season 1, I remember the race at Fuji, we had a ding-dong battle with either Buemi or Conway at the time. That's something I actually hope that they bring into the career mode, is some driver swaps and like driver time. That'd be quite cool. Obviously driver time is less important for sorry, completely lost my train of thought there as I absolutely missed the braking zone for final corner. Lopez back past. Big tail slide on the way up, but we're up past Lopez again. Yeah, it'd be cool if they had driver times, especially for the lower categories. Obviously, yeah, like bronze and silver rated drivers. They can only do a certain length We'll have to do a minimum length, but can't do more than a maximum length. That'd be cool. Well, one thing I really want them to bring as well is safety cars. We tick down to an hour left. We're well past the halfway mark now.
Lap 1:07.02.
"78 laps done," so we are flying through the laps there. Don't try it, Lopez. We seem to be all kind of lapping the same pace as the drivers ahead of us.
Time 1:07.35.
Little rear lock in that. It's now 9:45 at night. Down to about 10% difference between us and Guemi. So we're gaining nicely on fuel.
Lap 1:06.21.
Probably lost a ton of time there. I think Lopez got caught up a little bit there in some traffic. Bortoletti in 4th is now under 10 seconds away. Seemingly held up in some traffic.
Time 1:07.37.
3 laps of fuel left. Cool, good. It's just so painful when you catch GTs there. You just got to wait for them. 2 laps left in this stint. Lopez right on our tail. This is our second stint, so I think we'll change tyres this stop.
Time 1:06.41.
Box at the end of this lap. A bit more electrical energy or battery. Kind of a little bit low on fuel in this stint. Cut the course like that costs us so much time. Into the pits we go.
Time 1:11.52.
Full tyre change and fuel. So we're looking at 2 stints. Yeah, I might have to do a bit of fuel saving to get it so that we just make one more pit stop, I think. Save progress. Full fuel and tyres. Cool. Oh. Oh, I've hurt me back, and it's killing. Nice little treat this weekend for racing fans with Le Mans and Canada for F1. So, if 24 hours wasn't enough for you, you then get to watch. Oh, almost turned the pit limit off there before I should have done. Oh, just so slow on cold tyres. There's no hypercar. Campbell. So we've actually jumped Campbell somewhat. No way did I cut the track there. Defend from Campbell, defend from Campbell. He's got a brilliant run. How's he that fast? I suppose we did get poor exit off of the... Oh, went on the marbles and we just run wide. Oh no, we got the force. Oh, thank you.
Lap
They pitted.
2:29.98.
ease these tyres in. Ooh, dangerous territory there. These tyres are starting to get up to temperature. Campbell obviously will be on a lot less fuel. Where do we come out in relation to Chatham? And all this guy cars are ahead of... Let me get through turn 1 and I'll have a look. Ahead of Bortoletti. With perhaps a little bit longer of a pit stop for Bortoletti. Still ahead of Pierre Guidi and Kubica. Currently 10th position. Oh, wide we go. Lopez has gained about 8 seconds on us, which, if you didn't change tyres or only changed 2 tyres maybe. That should come back to us in the last stint. Campbell still ahead of us. Bennett, interesting. This must just be the way the tyre strategies are playing out. So we've got Buemi leading, about 32 seconds ahead. Lopez up in 4th, Bennett in 5th. Bennett was in 3rd, so he's lost a bit of time there. Perhaps changed tyres. More tyres than the cars ahead. Muller in the pits. Campbell will be in the pits soon.
Lap 1, 7.19.
So I think it's important not to discount Campbell here. Maybe actually. Because we'll have to pit on lap 106, giving us 22 laps left. Actually, maybe Campbell's got to do 2 pit stops, whereas we've only got to do 1. Down to 5% between me and Buemi. So we are quickly gaining that back. Lots of GT3s there. Campbell will be in this lap. Lopez up into the podium position, so I would guess it would be Fuoco second. There we go, Campbell into the pits.
Lap 1, 0.
Yeah, Fuoco second, 3 seconds off the lead. Neck and neck on fuel. Oh, almost had another spin there, just as I'm working something out in my head. So, what I think is, we've got 1.74 stints left, so another pit stop. We've got 71% of energy. So I reckon if we get to a point in which that virtual energy we have left and the number of stints is equal,
Lap 1, 0.
I reckon we're in a good spot to just do one final stop. I reckon, what would you beat that? 6, 7, 6, 9, yeah. I reckon we're about there. We're gonna easily get down to just one stop left in this stint. Try not to lock up the tyres too much because we're going to be taking them into the last stint.
Lap 1,
I'll be on 10%.
6.98.
10 kilowatts even. I think we can up it a little bit. That'll be track limits. Come on, come on. Oh, come off it. Oh, hot, 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 hot. Bennett is 5 seconds ahead. Got the energy differential between me and Brummy down to 4%. Oh, that was a cheeky move. .34 seconds still to Brummy. So I think the race win still is out of contention. And I think even potentially without the incident, it still would have been out of contention.
Time 1:07.05.
I need to do some fuel saving. I think ideally we want to just do one more stop, but I think at the moment I'm going to have to do 2. Let's try and get that 100% virtual energy requirement down to like 99% so that we actually know that we're close to getting to the end. Bennett's been held up quite substantially on this lap, but 3.1 seconds, 3.2 seconds.
Lap 1:06.94.
I think definitely a podium is on contention here. Oh my nose. Lots of traffic here. What's that? Oh, a mixture of. You got GT3 traffic trying to lap other GT3 traffic with hypercars in the mix. Don't mind me just running off the track there. Well, gap down to 1.6 to Bennett ahead. Got some other hypercar traffic as well, which might be holding up Bennett. Oh, our friend the Peugeots. I don't know why the Peugeots seem to hate us. They hated us in season 1. We had, you know, with the wingless version against our Ferrari, we were actually battling quite a bit. But they always seem to cause contact. And then last season, shoving us off the road. You know, remember Podium where they just knocked us off even before turn 1. We'd literally just started. And in this race, I mean the one time that we've come across them, it weren't exactly helpful. There we go, down to 98% virtual energy needed. So one more stop for us. I'd imagine one more stop for all of the top runners. What are you doing? Why are you defending? Are you just going to slow me up through this corner, are you? Oh. What are you doing, mother? Be careful, because that's GT3 traffic. We've got the run. He's defending! He's pushing me up towards the inside wall. Have that, Muller. Got Muller into that corner, didn't I? Terrible joke. Bennett's really caught behind Lapierre. Ben Barker's in second. I guess the BMW is still in first in GT. And I'm GT 3. Wow, what seems this is Zotta Fraschini overtaken a Alpine.
That time was a 1:07.09.
Okay, so importantly, we have to keep fuel saving to ensure one final stop. Try and cross the lines. I'm not gonna be brave enough to go for it there. I feel like even the AI on low aggression still love to send it. Are you gonna let me through, or are you just defending to defend? Perhaps it's just the French teams that hate me. Right, come on. Slipstream. We've got any GTs ahead. A few GTs. Just getting pinched there by 911 Porsche. Need to save some fuel. Saying that as just a verbal reminder to myself. Oh. Take it easy, Alpine. All contact there between the TF Sport Corvette and Bennett. We get a brilliant run though, down towards turn 1. We've got the Alpine steaming up behind us as well. In the slipstream now of Bennett. I really don't want to be having to battle here. Perhaps I'll just sit behind. Traffic, traffic, traffic. Kind of forced our hand there to dive down the inside. But now we've got Bennett coming back at us. And we've got the Alpine involved as well. I wish this Alpine would go away. Bennett's actually got quite good top line speed. Side by side. But I had to back out of it because it was a bit wide. Lapierre's coming back through. Whew. Oh, right. We're now back in the mix energy-wise. Fuoco's actually... Fuoco and Bennett are looking in a pretty good position. Oh, hello, Rocco. So Fuoco is actually looking in a really good position. He saved some fuel this stint, it looks like. That's going to be when we get to the final round of stops. Less fuel for the Ferrari. Oh, so slow through there behind McLaren. That's the Lexus. We're having a good first showing here in Bahrain. Terrible run through that.
That time was a 1:08.43.
Hang on, sorry, I'm gonna have to pause. I wish this nose would stop running. What are these GTs doing? On the outside, turn to the inside. Get at least two of them. Oh. Wasn't quite brave enough to dive down the inside of the Corvette there. But yes, we're now back on terms with both Lopez and Buemi in terms of energy. Now, I do have perhaps a sneaking suspicion that they might not be able to get to the end.
Time 1:07.
No, maybe they should do. We've got to box this lap. Good job, I'm paying attention to that. It's going to be very tight to get to the end. Take left through that. Yeah, we don't quite have the fuel to do one more lap. So we'll be pitting this lap. Nice and cautious into the pit lane for our final stop.
10.08.
Full fuel, no tyres. Let's see where we come out in relation to Bennett and Lopez and Pierre Guidi. Even Pierre Guidi's quite far up. I suspect we might be in a little three-way battle for the podium position. Four-way battle even for the podium position. That would be nice. Nicely into the box. Save. No tyres because we're on 84%, yeah. No tyres, fuel, no need to repair, no aero. Cool. I will say I think this strategy of double stating tyres is working out quite well. I think we would have been in a very good shot, potentially to win the race if we hadn't had the incident. Just with our fuel usage. Got Cupid's behind us in the pits as well. We'll be away shortly. Drop down off the jacks. And away we go. Out into some relatively clean out. We've got Van Thor ahead of us. But he will be pitting this lap. And now it is a pure race to the end. Oh, we've horribly messed that braking zone up. That was horrendous. How much time has that cost us? Head of Bennett. Behind Lopez. So potentially I don't know, 6 seconds, that's a lot of time. I don't know if we lost 6 seconds. But we'd have been a lot closer to Lopez. In fact, Bennett's fallen quite back, so Bennett must have had to do tyre change as well as Guidi. I think Lopez probably did tyre change as well because he seems quite slow at the moment. Just where I want to be, Ford. Five seconds Lopez, 5 seconds for Podium. And James Lamborghini up in 6th position for them in GT3. Pretty good for them. Oh, we're gonna have to do some fuel not required, no pit stop scheduled. Are you sure about that? Oh, I'm pushing. 18.9. Fuel usage critical. So I don't think we're going to make it to the end. And I don't think the Toyota's going to make it to the end either. Plot twist, at the end of this race, I think if we're critical on fuel, the Toyotas are going to be critical as well. So I think this is where we make the money for Cadillac. And we can get this Cadillac V Series home on this tank of fuel. With only 24 seconds to go, me. No, off. So Fuoka's probably got a lap more. I want to say Fuoka might be fine, depends on how his fuel usage goes throughout the rest of the stint. I tell you what, this strategy box is really handy. This is a fantastic update that the team at Studio 397 have brought in. It's actually one of the first times I'm racing with it, and this is so. I think I did like a test session. This is the first time I'm actually using it as it's intended, fuel marginal. I wonder if the AI will take that on board. I think at this point in time, Bennett is quick. I think if Bennett's not careful, he could run into the same problem as the Toyotas. Lopez might be pulling away from us at the moment, but I don't know. It's so close. Big track limits. There's a lot of time lost. This nose. Right, final 15 minutes. Is 4th place the best we can get here? Now what I am noticing, no, we're now on level terms actually with them. Yeah, about 1% between us and the Toyotas. The Ferrari is about 5% more energy than us. So the Ferrari's definitely going to the end. Gonna be super tight. Good run through the second sector. Crikey.
That time was a 1:06.33.
Nothing took through that. Like Locker. And Dame still in 6th place.
That 1:06.47.
See, in my head, if I've got 50% energy left, I've got more than 50% of a stint left. That's bad. There's purple through sector 2.
Time 1:05.79.
Got some clear laps ahead of us, or clear track ahead of us. Purple sector 2. We're flying through sector 2. Really taking a lot of risks. run through the final corner. First lap of our race, 10 minutes left.
Time 1:05.70.
That was a bad decision from us. Luckily, just escaping and surviving. I was just getting just a little bit too greedy.
Lap 1:07.43.
Fuel usage marginal. It says fuel not required, but given the AI, like to overfuel when their strategy's not great. I don't 100% trust it.
That time was a
We've got 8 laps of fuel left,
1:08.6.
which should see us through to the end. Let's just back off, lift and coast where we can. Contact! No! No, 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 no. Oh, Porsche, no. I don't know who's at fault for that. That's not what we needed at all. Oh. Go in a straight line, please. What's going on? Oh, it's falling apart at the end of this race. We've got massive vibration on the tyres. I have to look at that one in the replay. Oh, come off it, that wasn't a track limits. Oh, tyres feel horrible now. Just as I said, let's back off and not push. Thought we were through, but perhaps we just showed the Porsche the edge of the track. Oh, and another track limits. It's all falling apart. Bennett's only 6 seconds behind us now. What about Kubica's gone? Kubica's really fallen off. What about Pierre Greedy? I feel like something weird is happening down that straight as well with the engine. don't know if anything... I've seen people have engine failures, I've never experienced one myself. Oh, careful on that AstroTurf. Oh, we've lost so much time to Lopez. We have gained a lot of energy though. Still feel slightly marginal on fuel.
Lap 108.12.
Who's this we got behind us as well? Is this Rasmussen? One of the Jotors. It's either Rasmussen or Stevens. Stevens. 13th position. Squeeze. About 4% a lap for them. I think they should be fine. Oh, Lambo. Oh, it does sound good though. I'm very excited for the Valkyrie to be available because that's going to sound phenomenal. 12% for the top runners. What should I say for the Toyotas? Deep into turn one. So where will Podium be about now? He'll be like sector 1? So he'll probably do another lap.
Lap 106.6.
Lopez pits. Lopez pits. We're up into P3. That's what we thought might happen. And I wouldn't be surprised if Buemi pits this lap as well. He might just have enough. I'll do another lap. So we have been gifted a podium here. Buemi pits. What about Fuoco? I'd imagine Fuoco carries on. Oh, the Toyotas just need a little splash. But we're still going to be in the pits by the time we pass him, so we've been gifted 2 positions there.
Lap 106.8.
1 lap to go, we've got the fuel. And Ferrari have pulled an absolute masterclass strategy here. And let's not forget about Bennett as well behind in the Zotto Moschini, starting off this season. Just how the Italian independent team would have wanted to start it. Continuing their good form from last season, but we have their Italian comrades in Ferrari number 50, Antonio Fuoco, winning the race. And winning the opening round of Season 3 of My Drive, as I've just been too distracted there. We come across the line in 2nd place. Crazy spin out at the end there. Oh, was we crashed? No.